I'm Mikyung Kim. I made the transition from Hollywood back to Asia, where I now lead my own production agency here in Hong Kong. Here's why you should listen to me.
Mikyung, welcome to South China Morning Post.
Thank you.
Tell our viewers about, who you are and what you do.
So I'm a TV commercial producer. I was born in Korea, but raised in Hong Kong. I went to the US to work as a producer before returning to Hong Kong about 10 years ago.
You started out your career out in Hollywood, but what made you come back to Asia to start your whole company?
I felt like the market in the West was quite saturated and there were so many opportunities back in Asia, and it was the best decision I ever made. When I came back, I actually landed a job at Ogilvy, Hong Kong as the head of TV when I was 26.
Oh, wow.
And that's something that would have never happened back in LA where I was living.
I want to talk about some of your most recent work. So millions of people saw your work with the Hong Kong ballet video and your latest campaign with Toyota teaming up with the Olympics. Why do you think your work, relates so well with your viewers?
I think the campaign we did for Toyota and the Hong Kong Ballet relates well with viewers because we're celebrating real human stories. For Toyota, working with the Olympics and Paralympics, celebrating those athletes, championing social causes that are important to them, and encouraging people to start their impossible. And then for the Hong Kong Ballet, celebrating the arts, the creativity, and the vibrancy of our beautiful home, Hong Kong.
I want to take a moment to celebrate who you are and what you do. Tell me how you got into this whole filming industry. Is it something that you just wanted to study in college?
Well, ever since I was a kid, I think I was always a little bit creative, drawing or making VHS movies of my family's holidays. When I was in middle school in Hong Kong, I actually took a video production class, and that kind of started my whole trajectory into this industry. I ended up studying filmmaking in college in the US, went to LA to work with some pretty big directors, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu and Michel Gondry.
So you really just started training up with sort of the people who gave you almost like a boot camp.
Yes, and also they were my idols. I idolized those directors when I was growing up, so having a chance to work with them early on in my career was really a dream, and it really formed the basis of my training as a producer.
What was the biggest challenge that you faced in Asia as a female entrepreneur by starting up your own company?
It was definitely not a success overnight. When I started my own company, the first 3 months I had zero revenue. So the biggest challenge in starting your own company is that it's definitely a hustle. It's a hustle to build the relationships, a hustle to get the work, and it's a hustle to go above and beyond those expectations. And in terms of the challenge, even though it's very challenging, I would say it's very rewarding, and that's what keeps motivating me. Another challenge I have right now on my table is figuring out how to scale the business.
What can other people learn from your experience?
I would say, in terms of advice, be open to getting feedback. Figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are. If you get negative feedback as a woman or as a creative person, it can feel personal, but try not to take it too personally. Have a good attitude and learn from it, because no one is perfect. Another piece of advice I would say is to be confident, and especially to young women, be confident in yourself. And if you are confident, then other people will sense that confidence in you and feel confident in you too. And if you're not confident, that's okay, because that's pretty normal. You can just fake it, and then one day you'll just become it.
Well, Mikyung, thank you so much for being a leading lady in the creative space in Asia for your story today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Elaine.